Good morning folks, it's the Lofty Biker here. We're down at St Mawes on the south coast. We're continuing our new series of the best biking roads in Cornwall. You should be able to see behind me across the River Fal to Pendennis and Falmouth, and just behind me the little St Mawes Castle. The road today goes from Probus to St Mawes, or you can ride it in reverse from St Mawes to Probus. It's the A3078. I think it's probably the best road down here. It's absolutely superb. It's got lots of undulations, extremely technical, and the good thing about it is it's mainly nationals, so you can have some great fun. You can get to St Mawes either way by the road I've just named, or you can take the King Harry ferry from Tresillick Gardens and use the B3289. Either way round, whether you take it from Probus to St Mawes and then take the King Harry back, or take it from the King Harry to St Mawes and up to Probus, it's still a great road both ways, or you can just ride it either way. It's superb. Anyway, I've waffled on enough. Let's get the helmet on. Next time you see me, we'll be on the bike and we'll be having a bit of a thrash around. The Lofty Biker saying, I'll see you in a minute. Hiya folks, it's the Lofty Biker here, continuing my series of best biking roads in Cornwall, especially southwest Cornwall. This is the A3078. Now this is the road that runs from the main Truro to St Austell road to St Mawes. St Mawes is a very picturesque little village on the coast, and this road, whichever way you ride it, whether you ride it to St Mawes or whether you ride it from St Mawes back, it's an absolute delight. This first section is tree lined most of the way, and it does tend to stay fairly damp whatever time of year, even midsummer, because of the trees being so tall and the overhanging branches. You tend to get quite a moist road, so unless your tyres are really warm, it's always best to just take it easy on this stretch. Just get yourself into it. It's November, and of course we are travelling southeast towards St Mawes, and it's gone past noon, so we have got the sun more or less straight in front of us, making visibility quite challenging. I'm hoping the pictures are going to come out nice, and especially while we're here in amongst the trees, the wind is not so bad, so you should get some decent sound. But as you can see, it's very technical. There's very few straight sections on this stretch of road. What it does, it follows the Fal tributary all the way down, so it does tend to be very undulating and very turny and twisty. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Lovely strip of tarmac, good quality, nice and dry in the open here. narrows up a little bit. There's a few buildings and there's a bridge. There's also a junction from the left. Beware, they do tend to come down because they cut the corner off, so they could be cutting across. This is the small village of Truro. We're going to bypass the village, of course, because we're heading down to St Mawes. Okay, so it's 11 miles from here to St Mawes, and as you'll see, lovely strip of tarmac. During the summer months you will get quite a few tourists. It's a popular place. St Mawes is a popular place with the boating types. It's also extremely expensive to live there. I believe St Mawes is one of, if not the most expensive places to live in southwest Cornwall. Rock on the north coast by Padstow being the other, and St Mawes of course being down here. In general, most of the villages that back onto the Fal are popular with the boating types, which makes them popular and expensive. Surprising how much warmer it feels once the sun comes out. Old Land Rovers, you see plenty of those. There we go, one overtake anyway. Well, we've done two. Got to be careful, there's a garage along here. And you do get traffic pulling out. Nice little road to the left here, takes you back up towards Mevergissey. Lovely little place, but that's a bit tight, it's a bit of a narrow road. This one's fairly consistent all the way, which is an A road. Here we go again. Plenty wide enough, and there's enough. There are enough straights for you to get decent overtakes in. Have a bit of sport with the locals. There's a local in front. WK, WK, WL, all local plates. There we go, nice and open. Hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes. There we go, round the bend. I did forget, I've got Linda on the back. I did get a bit of a dig in the ribs there. It's nice to ride spirited, especially when you're two up, but occasionally the pillion don't like it. These are the sort of roads where it's a real challenge to just get it up to 60 and just maintain a nice steady 60, a nice national speed limit. The real test, especially with the sun in your eyes. Aye aye, drop to a 40. Obey the rules. Observe the 30s and 40s. And as Teapot once says, when you get a national, fill your boots. Here we go, just entering the National. I'm hoping these pictures are coming out nice. It's always difficult to tell how the exposure is when you're heading into such a low sun. But I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I think this is probably the best road in Cornwall. It's about 15 odd miles from start to finish. You could ride it all day long, any day, forwards and backwards, just enjoying yourself. You can tell we're getting a bit closer to the coast because it's getting windy. I'm getting buffeted about a little bit. Junction. Here we go. Drop it down into a 40 again. Quick glimpse of the sea there. St Mawes is a pretty little place. It's got its own little castle. If ever you've been to Falmouth, you'll know that there's quite a big fortress, castle if you like, called Pendennis. Well, Pendennis lies on the southern side of the Fal, or the east side, sorry. Pendennis lies on the east side of the Fal, and on the western side is St Mawes with a small round turreted castle, similar in shape to the big one at Pendennis but quite a bit smaller, and they used to use them as gun embankments to protect the Fal estuary and Falmouth itself. Here we go. Hard on them brakes again. Look at that, knee scraper. And another one. If you did come down to Cornwall to ride this road, give me a call. I'm always available for this road. The surface isn't quite so clever now. We've had some really lovely surfaces, but it's just not quite as good. Thank you. You never really know when you see the cars emerging from the left here. They look at you, you look at them, they look at you again, and as if to say, I'm going to pull out. Luckily he didn't. Anyway, this is a bit better surface again. Bit of back brake around some of these bends just to stabilise. Here we go. Back into a 40. There's part of the Fal estuary. There's lots of these tributaries. This is called St Just in Roseland. This peninsula is called the Roseland. Absolutely beautiful, the Roseland Peninsula. some of the nicest parts of Cornwall. Well, we're not far away now. Through the little village into a 30. The road's quite narrow here. You have to be careful, because don't forget these roads get plenty of buses. They're generally only single deckers, but there's plenty of them. Anyway, there you have it really. You can turn right here for the King Harry ferry back to Truro, or you can carry on and down. It's only about a couple of miles down now to St Mawes. So I'm going to say goodbye now. I'm going to hope you enjoyed the ride. This is the Lofty Biker, Lofty John, saying ta-ra for now. Ta-ra!